anything you need to do, I think that these 6 steps will help with your everyday life. And so I guess to give a little bit about myself, I am Christina. I am the writer of the blog From Me to Her. It can be found on Wordpress.com. And so basically what that blog is about is just me sharing the transition and the journey of me becoming the woman that I want to be. For so many years, I thought that by the time I got to a certain age or a certain point in life, for me it was 25, that I would feel a certain way, that I would be married, have kids, you know, a big house and a dog. And I became 25 and I wasn't any of those things. None of those things have happened. I'm not married. I don't have kids, and I definitely don't have a dog. So basically I am now taking the purposeful steps to actually be the person who I said all these years that I was going to become. So that's what the blog is about, and I'm so excited to be able to share this journey with you all. So today I want to talk about staying encouraged and what does it take to be encouraged. So I guess a little background about this specific topic is I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia, and I moved up here. So for a new job. So I moved to Virginia. I actually live in Fairfax, Virginia, about 20 minutes outside of D.C. for those who are not familiar with the Virginia area. So I'm about 20 minutes outside of D.C. and I moved up here a little shy of a year and a half ago. And basically I left my home, everything I've ever known, my family, my siblings, my friends, just the lifestyle, everything I've ever known, and I moved to Virginia. And I'm pretty much up here by myself. I mean, I have my oldest brother is here, and I have a couple of distant cousins that live up here, but basically I'm up here by myself. And it got to a point where I became discouraged, and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't know anybody, and a lot of things were just kind of slowing down. So business-wise, I was working. I had a job, but on a personal level, and the things that I want to do personally were just really, really slowing down. So I came up with 6 ways to continue to be encouraged. So my handy-dandy clipboard. Isn't this so cute? I got it from Paper Source. So cute. All right, so I have 6 ways of how they can stay encouraged. Number 1, wake up earlier. Wake up earlier in the morning. So I know a lot of people that wake up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and for goodness sake, please not 1 o'clock. People like sleep literally their lives away. And I've always been I've always been like a morning person, but I actually, believe it or not, get up about 4:30 a.m. every morning now. As of the last 2 weeks, I've been getting up about 4:30, and I feel energized, and I can really get things done before I have to go to work, which is not until 9:30. And I'm really, really getting a lot of stuff done. So there are a lot of people who wake up at, if work is at 9:30, they'll wake up at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And I'm just like, but you literally didn't do anything but wake up and come to work. You haven't done anything for yourself. And for me, as a businesswoman, I am currently working in the workforce, but eventually I do want to get out, and I will need to have some things built up. So I would have to get up earlier in the day in order to do that. And when I tell you I get a lot of stuff done, I get a lot of stuff done. So if you need to, and I'm not saying like immediately tomorrow wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm just saying kind of slowly wake up earlier. So set your alarm clock for earlier times. If you need to set multiple alarms, I literally, no joke guys, I probably have about 15 alarms. They'll be like 4 o'clock, 4:02, 4:03, 4:07. like I need to get up. And because I know I will not get up on the first, second, third, fourth, or 10th alarm, I need to set 15. If you need to set 15, well then set 15. This is your life. This is your goal. These are your goals. So do what you need to do to get where you want to be. Remember that. A second note under waking up earlier is there has been research and all these books and all these things, articles that have been written about all these millionaires and billionaires. And one thing that they all, literally all of them have in common is that they wake up so early in the morning. They get a jump start on their day. So while you're slumbering away, Z's out of your head, they are up and they are making moves. They are making connections. They are making, planning out their day, planning out their week, planning out their month, planning out the next 6 months. And they have literally, halfway through their day. It's just, you can get so much done. So a huge advice, if you listen to nothing else I say, which the other 5 things are really important, but if you listen to nothing that I say, know that you should wake up earlier in the day. When I wake up, for whatever odd reason I do, when I wake up at 8 a.m., I'm like, whoa, Christina, you're out of control here. Whoa, you're doing a lot. And so 8 o'clock is pretty late for me. I would have had to have gone to sleep at 6 a.m. for me to wake up at 8 o'clock a.m. and just be like, whoa, Christina, you're doing a lot. So try to wake up a little earlier. Maybe try 20 minutes earlier than what you're typically waking up now, and see how that goes for you. And as the weeks go by, then do some more time and some more time and some more time. I promise you that you will be, your life will change because of that. It is so important to not just sleep your life away. So that's step number 1. Stay encouraged by waking up earlier, and that way you can get more done. Okay? Step number 2, make sure your time is purposeful. I'm going to say that again. Make sure that your time is purposeful. What are you doing with your time? Who are you spending time with? What's happening? We all have 24 hours in the day. The first rule was wake up earlier, so you get a jump start on the 24 hours that you have. The second rule is make your time purposeful. So when you're waking up earlier, or when you're doing other things, and what is being filled in that time? What is the purpose of you doing whatever activity it is that you're doing? What is it going to yield you? Okay? What is it going to yield you? What are the benefits of you doing what you're doing? If every weekend you're going out to bars and clubs and just hanging out, sitting, watching movies, Netflix, and chilling, what benefit did you receive from that? You spent money, so that's a loss. You didn't do anything to help progress yourself further in business, or in your actual maybe career, or if you're an entrepreneur in any of your actual business endeavors, or anything else it is that you're trying to do. You didn't spend time doing that, so that's a loss. Right now we're at 2 losses. Let's see what else. So make sure that your time is purposeful. And I'm not saying work. I'm not saying do that. What I am saying is for you to pay attention to the 24 hours that you do have. Make sure that you are receiving something out of it. Okay? So for me, there are times where I do want to go out and I just have to say, you know what? Have I done anything to benefit me and my business today? Well, I probably need to say no to these people, or say no to this outing, and say no to myself about going out, and sit down and do what I need to do to, eventually benefit me and my business. So make sure your time is purposeful. Make sure that once you're done doing something, that you received a benefit, or that it will benefit you maybe in the long run. So if you need to set timers on things, I love Snapchat, and I love Instagram, and I love Facebook. So a lot of those times we can say, all right, I'm just going to look on here, scroll. I only want to look at so-and-so. I only want to look at something. And honestly, you've been scrolling for 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes out of the day is so much time. There's so many things that can be done in 20 minutes that you have then wasted. And so the important thing is to be cautious and conscious of the things that are going on. So set yourself a timer on your phone. You say, all right, fine. I like Facebook. I like Twitter. I like Instagram. I like Snap. And I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes right now. I'm going to scroll through either one of these or all of these. When the timer goes off, then I'm up and I'm doing something else. Okay? Set yourself a timer, and maybe it doesn't need to be a timer on your phone, because if the timer on your phone goes off and you're already looking at Facebook on your phone, you're just going to decline that timer. Put the timer on your microwave on. Put the timer on your stove on. If you have a clock in another room, turn that on so that you actually have to get up out of your seat or out of your bed or from wherever you are in a different room to go turn that timer off. And that way you have broken away from your free time or your free activity time. It is so important to not just let the day waste away. Okay? So right now we're waking up earlier and we're being cautious of our time. We are making sure that our time is useful and purposeful. Okay? The third step is don't, never mind. Don't, never mind. I came up with that quote, by the way. So what does don't, never mind mean? And to me, that's a very personal one, because I never mind all the time. So I'm explaining to you what that means. Basically, if you have a skill or a craft, or you're good at doing something, or you have an idea, and someone brings it up to you, or they're talking about something, and you're like, you want to say something, or you want to offer your service, and you say, in your mind, never mind, or you verbally actually say to the person, never mind. So I'll give a better example. I personally love interior decorating and interior design. And I'm just thinking about if I was hearing a conversation, or if I was in a conversation and the person was like, oh, I just moved into my new home or my new apartment, and I have no idea what to do with it. Literally, I just have all my stuff in there. And they're just going on and on about how basically they need a service, or they need ideas, or they might be asking you without actually asking you. And in my mind, I would say, oh my gosh, I love interior decorating. I want to help you design your home. I want to be able to help because this is something I love. This is something I have experience in. This is something that I want to do long term. And then in my mind, I'll cut myself. I'll doubt myself. And I'll be like, oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. No, never mind. They don't really want me. Or I don't have 15 years of experience, therefore I'm not good enough. Or never mind, they actually didn't even ask me. Or never mind this, or never mind that. And so you're doubting yourself. And so that's going to discourage you. That automatically discourages you. You want to be encouraged, right? So a way to, be encouraged is don't doubt yourself. Don't never mind yourself, okay? Speak up. Tell people what you're good at. Let them know that you have a service. Or let them know that you have an open ear, whether it's a skill or a gift or a service or whatever the case is. Do not doubt yourself, because that's going to automatically put you at a disservice. That's going to automatically drop your self-esteem, and that's going to automatically make you discouraged. No one feels happy by doubting themselves, because they already think that there's something wrong, there's something bad, there's something lower of themselves. So don't, never mind, okay? Step 4, all right? Step 4, say that I am. That's in quotes. Say that I am. So this kind of piggybacks a little bit off of the don't, never mind. So this is going to be the second step to the don't, never mind. This is when you say, I am an author. Now, you may have written one book, and it was a book that you wrote 5 years ago. Many people will say, oh yeah, I wrote a book.